Okay, I'm going to play an excerpt from a video by Bubbly Waters where she is, like usual, spouting misinformation. And I wasn't going to bring it up, except for I've already seen other people repeating it in the comment threads on other creators' forums.
University of Idaho. Boom. July 2019. Okay. Oh, check this out, too. Scott Green elected chair of the Big Sky. I'm just reading the Big Sky part because that's Sage's new real estate company, Big Sky Real Estate. I wonder if Green and Sage own those places together. The Dan Esty ones, because he sold them all. I wonder.
That article was talking about the Big Sky Conference. That's the athletic conference that University of Idaho is in. Scott Green had been elected president of the conference for the athletics. It's not Sage's real estate company, but I've already heard people saying, oh, didn't you hear? The U of I president, Scott Green's in business with Sage Franchitic and his real estate company. No. This is the problem when people think that they are sleuths and don't know anything about the area, nothing about the university, nothing about the people involved, and then they just read these things and make assumptions and then spout misinformation. One of the other things I keep hearing about Scott Green is that he was responsible for the house being torn down and that the deed was turned over to him. False. Let me show you. Okay, here is the deed. You can see that it was a gift deed on February 15th, 2023 to the Board of Regents at the University of Idaho. So not Scott Green, the Board of Regents. Now you might say, well, but that means Scott Green has control over it. Well, no, it doesn't. The board of directors is his boss. They are who appointed him as university president. They did the hiring. He works for them. They don't work for him. So here is the Board of Regents for University of Idaho. And actually, it's the same Board of Regents for all state universities in Idaho. The governor appoints everyone on there except for one, and that is the state superintendent of public instruction, so Sherry Ybarra, because that's an elected position. But all the rest have been appointed by the governor of Idaho, and if you look, Scott Green is nowhere on that list. And it's the Board of Regents that had the majority vote in order for that house to be torn down. So Scott Green had nothing to do with that. Now, he could have gone to them and said, I feel it should come down, but it's not his decision. It was the Board of Regents' decision. So yeah, if anybody tells you that Scott Green was why the house got torn down, that's absolutely not true. It was the Board of Regents that did a majority vote and decided that it should come down. Now, one other thing about Scott Green that I keep hearing misinformation about as well is that he wrote a book about the murders. No, he did not. He co-authored a book with Temple Kenyon about handling crisis for university administrators. And the manuscript for the book was written before the murders happened. They were just waiting on getting it published. Then the murders happened, so their publisher asked them to add a chapter about how they handled the murders. So there's one chapter, 15 pages. Okay, mind you, this isn't a book that's about 400 pages long, so 15 whole pages talking about the murders. That's it. And all of the information in there is what was known to the public. It was all things from the police releases, nothing that he had inside information about. In fact, if you read the chapter, he makes it very clear, the dean of students as well, that they had no inside information. They only received briefings on what the public was hearing about. And again, that book wasn't about the murders. Most of it centers around COVID, because that was the big reason why they decided to write it, was because of how universities were impacted by COVID, and then financial issues that were happening. And I find it so strange that it got brought up in the motion to change venue filing, because I doubt any potential jurors have read that book. It's geared towards university presidents, university administrators. I seriously doubt that a farmer in Latah County read that book. So, but just wanted to clear up some more misinformation, because I know the interwebs are rife with it.